like they are trying to make themselves more important because all lives matter. And I'm sorry, that was enough for me to prove the point what everybody's saying, that Laura is a racist.
Exactly, Ashley. Exactly.
That is what she said in this box, among other things. So not only does she agree with Hitler, those are the words that she says on a public platform. And to say she's uneducated, I think it's a bit shit, because saying somebody's uneducated gives them an excuse to be racist, because
it's not an excuse.
I'm not racist, I'm uneducated. You're not uneducated.
She's just arrogant. And she's like, literally, she just doesn't care. She shouts over everyone. She's ridiculous, and she is a racist, and I will sit there and call her a racist anytime that I see her, because she quoted Hitler. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah. I understand.
So, Angie, it's up to you whether you like have her in a box or you try and speak to her. But she's just going to keep trying to cop out every time. Yeah. That's what she's going to do.
And every time she speaks, it's like, I'm not racist, but I'm not racist, but it's like saying, I'm not racist, I've got black friends. Do you know what I mean? It is a cop out with everything that she says.
So, Angie, do you feel sorry for her or something? What, I don't understand what you keep defending her and stuff.
You know what it is? I don't like bullying, and I think people can have an opinion on her without bullying her. I think when she go into and about her looks and her weight and all this kind of thing, don't get me wrong. I've said things that that people, but there's a clap, I clap back at people. Don't get me wrong, but however, I think she's been bullied. Yeah. However, listen, I've always said, if you don't like someone, block them, move on. But once you start researching people on Facebook, trying to find out information on them and all of this, and I think she's been bullied. However, I don't agree with the things she said.
Can I be a bit controversial here?
Yeah.
And ask a question? So you made that statement, but then last week you were obviously watching a video of Miss Baguette, and you started going in on her about her teeth. So in sense,
Toxic Peggy, I said, when people come at me, I want to go back at them. So with what's her name, Miss Baguette, what she used to do is, my father's dead, right? So he had about the broccoli, right? We all know about that, yeah. Right, so she used to put up T-shirts with broccoli on it, saying, and one comment saying, something about I wanted to get away from my daughter. Well, she went in on my father who's dead. She went in on about my hygiene, my looks. I've always said, if you go in on me about my looks, make sure you put your face on camera, because I'm going to go in on your looks. And then because she was always hiding behind a screen, I never saw her face. And then she started putting her face on camera. And I'm thinking, how are you criticizing my looks, my hygiene, going in on my father who's not here anymore, and you look like that? And I stand by that. She is the biggest bully on this platform, and I stand by everything I've said about her, which is not a lot compared to what she did to me on here.
But Laura does go for a lot of people for their looks. I've asked questions before, and she's gone, "Oh, look at the state of you," and I'm like, I'm not mentioning your looks. I'm saying, like, she said things about about social services and the kids, and I've said, well, they told you could do a parenting course, you chose not to do that. Like, that was your choice not to do it. I would obviously personally walk over hot coals for my kids if they said you have to do this, that, and that. I'd do it. But then she started going at me for my looks. Oh, look at the state of you, and it's just like you can't defend someone when their behaviour is exactly the same. She's called people SLAGSs. She's called people also. If you watch it when someone makes a comment, it could mean nothing about her looks, and then she's like, look at the state of you silly SLUT.
You know what? That's a one-on-one, right? I'm not agreeing with that either, but it's one-on-one. But I just feel with Laura, there's a lot of people going for one person, like they have done with me. It's just a lot of people going for one person. That's pack mentality. That I don't like. We got to remember about Inquisitor, who unalived himself on social media, because that was due to an accusation that's very different. But what I'm saying is that's why I don't like bullies. And don't get me wrong, I'm not standing up for her for what she said and done. I'm not standing up for that at all. But there's ways of dealing with it. Do you know what I mean? Without everyone going at one person. I mean, I know we're all talking about it here, but I just don't like the pack bullying. When it's a lot of people.
Look at the energy everyone gave to Pearl when she said her comments. Look at the energy everyone came and give. Some people could say that was bullying, right? Yeah. Why is it do we have to pussyfoot around Laura because everyone thinks she's vulnerable when she's clearly stated herself she's not vulnerable, and then she's playing the mental health card.
But let me tell you why. Pearl said a racist word, right? I don't
Yeah,
believe
but Laura's
was
just
intentionally
said
being
she
racist, but
supports what Hitler said. He was right. That
No,
is 10 times worse.
Laura-
it's that. But what I mean is
Laura
she's been
said
bullied
worse.
a long time before what's come out. And people are physically looking for information on her to plaster all over social media so they can go at her. Do they care as to what she said? Probably not. They're going at her because they just don't like her. You know, and there's a difference. Do they care about
Yeah, but I've tried helping her
Probably not.
before by speaking to her, and then she got fucking rude. Sorry, excuse my language. She got rude. I love TikTok Shop. She got rude and she got nasty. She's got no respect. She's got no time for anyone but herself. She's got too big for her boots, and anyone who keeps platforming this racist is just as bad
Yeah,
as
but
her.
mental health
That's how I see it.
Right, okay. But you can say that about Pearl. Now, I don't feel that she was racist myself. I mean, I think the second time she did rage bait. But then, I mean, I don't know, because I did have a phone call with Pearl once, but still, I don't know with Pearl. But however, we can say that about Pearl. You all sat here, dragged her across the app, and now sitting in her box. And she has been convicted of it. So,
I agree that bullying's the worst. Bullying is so bad. But
what I'm saying is you can't
what
call out one
Laura's-
person and sit with someone that has been
No,
convicted.
but I don't agree that Pearl's done as bad as what Laura's done. Laura
No.
today, from what she said today, was
comparing. We're not comparing, but I'm just saying you cannot.
No, but you-
This is what people
you
do,
were bringing-
right? They call people out, right, and they always go for the vulnerable. I'm not saying Laura is vulnerable, but she's vulnerable as in she's on her own. She's not hasn't got a group of creators behind her. And what people do is they go for her, call her shit out, call her racist. Which, listen, I'm not defending anything she said, but yet sat with someone that's been convicted of racism. It doesn't make sense, and I just feel that people do it because
Yeah,
they
but
just have a hatred
I
towards
feel-
that person. Do they care? No, they don't. They just have a hatred towards that person. You know, you
No, but I
can't sit
feel
with
like-
someone that's been convicted of it. It's that simple.
But there's
Yeah,
a
but
lot
I
of
feel
us
like
that
you're
do
giving
care.
Pearl all this energy
True.
and you're saying all this about Pearl, but then you're saying Laura's vulnerable.
I'm
Like-
not. No, I'm saying she's vulnerable as she stands on her own. She sits on her own. She hasn't got a lot of people behind her.
Because
I'm not
she
talking
doesn't
about-
have any friends, because she's
Yes.
so darn rude. She's
Yes,
horrible.
I get it. I just don't like a lot of people going for one person. I've got energy for Pearl. I've got energy for Laura, but I find it hard to listen to what people are saying when they're sitting with someone that has been convicted of it. When
Well, personally, myself,
I think
well,
the double
if Laura went
standards,
to court-
the hypocrisy is crazy. Let's face it, you don't care, you're not triggered, you're not affected by what Laura said. The only reason you're saying what you're saying is because you have a dislike for her.
No, I'm generally offended
No.
by
I'm not
Laura.
talking to you guys because I don't know who you are. I don't know whether you like her or don't like her. I'm talking about other people.
I actually was trying to help her at one point until she was very bloody rude to me and booted me out the box. And I was like, nah, not having that. You can do one now. I ain't going to help you, because I could be classed as vulnerable, but I don't sit there and make myself into a victim every chance I get because I've done something wrong and I've put my foot in it. And I don't sit there going, but I'm vulnerable. No, none of that shit works. If you say something, you own it. That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
listen,
sorry,
I barely
but
know her.
neglect it.
I barely know her. All I saw was today, and I came onto your live today and heard what she was saying about Hitler and agreeing with him, and agreeing with some of his statements, and that's where, I just don't agree with it. I don't watch Laura at all.
Mental health. Why did I go at you? Why did I go at you?
I was sitting
Because you
there
tried
in the box
to
telling you not to put your personal
Oh.
life on TikTok.
At the end of the day, I
and you
didn't
wouldn't
put my
listen, you
personal life on
stupid
TikTok.
Racist cow.
Excuse me.
Racist.
At the end of the day,
Racist.
shut
one at a
up.
time,
You're
guys.
right.
One at a time, please.
Put my personal life on TikTok. At the
Yes,
end of
you
the day,
did. You
they
put
went
your
and
personal
took
life
it
and
off
your
my
children on
Facebook.
TikTok.
They went
You
and took it off
absolute
my Facebook. Nothing to even do
Honestly.
with TikTok.
Yes,
took
you
it
did.
off
You put it
Facebook.
on TikTok. You
I
put
didn't bring it on TikTok,
You,
though, did I?
Woe is me,
I didn't
woe
go
is
and
me,
look
woe
through
is
my
me,
profile
woe is me,
and put it
woe
all
is
over
me,
TikTok,
woe is
did I?
Laura. I'm
Guys,
vulnerable.
guys,
I'm
one
not
at a time, please. One
Right.
at a time.
So, Angie,
Laura and then
so I
me.
apparently put it all over TikTok, right? So, okay, so that Toxic Dan going through my Facebook yesterday and all like that, right? And getting people to go through my Facebook is me putting it on TikTok, is it? No, it's not. Get a grip.
Before that.
But at the end of the day, Laura, what you've
Cam
got to
toing me
realise,
all night.
right?
Cam
Listen.
toing me all night. Cam
Laura,
toing me all night, Angie.
I did
He
see a
was.
little bit of the cam too. I did.
Yeah,
see a little
Cam
bit of that.
toying me all night.
I think if you don't
Yeah,
like
he
this
hates
woman,
me so
block
much.
her.
He's obsessed with me.
If
It's
you don't like
ridiculous.
this woman, just block her and move on. And that's simple. Stop looking for information and things. Just block each other. That's it. You know what I mean? But you cannot sit with someone that's been convicted of racism and go at someone else. That does not make sense to me.
Yeah, but that was yesterday. What about the stuff? She has put stuff on it because do you know what I mean? This has gone on for weeks. And also, there's a thing called a digital footprint. If my Facebook was public,
Yeah.
I've opened that as public. Like this live is public. If you were discussing something that you didn't want 2.4k people to watch, you put it on subscriber only, or you make your account private. If you have an open platform on Facebook or Instagram or X or any of those other sites, then people, in a sense, can see that information. If you don't want people seeing information about your, like for you, Ange, if you've got Facebook and you don't want people seeing pictures of your sister, your niece, Sheila, you would have a Facebook that's private, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because you don't want people seeing that information. If I was to search Angela, whatever your surname is on Facebook, and I found you and your profile was public, you're showing everyone that information. That's a digital footprint. If I was to search your name on Google, that Facebook would come up because it's part of your digital footprint. So if she doesn't want people seeing stuff about her kids, her racist slurs, anything like that, then she needs to make everything private. And
you can say that also about Miss Red, with her Facebook messages. I mean, I know it was a long time ago, but if we're going to start digging, you know what I mean? You can talk about that. Listen, none of it's right. I don't think anything is right. I do feel Laura needs to be educated. Absolutely does need to be educated. I don't think it's anything, but I just find it a bit hypocritical, and I don't think anyone really gives a shit.
But I don't think TikTok is going to be.
There's a lot of us that do, though, Ange. Like, there's a lot of us who.
My TikTok is private. My TikTok is private.
It's private as in the last 12 hours. It wasn't
Yeah,
private.
it's
before.
private since last night. So
Yeah,
it's my
everything's been
Facebook.
public since
So
then.
Now
and
they're
everything like
private.
that. So what gives him the rights to sit there still Cam toying me after I privated my account?
Right, so you
There you
privated
go.
the
There
rights
you
to
go.
be
There's your
racist.
answer.
The bottom line is, I think bottom line is,
Stalking.
wait a minute, the bottom line is, I think the reason why Dan wants to keep Cam toing you is to bully
So he
you.
can get his views up.
To get to bully you. He needs to just leave you alone. Dan, if you are listening, if you do not like this woman, which you clearly don't, block her and move on. Don't sit there Cam toing her and bullying her, because now you've lost the whole argument.
No, but she made that comment about him sitting in the bath with kids. Like, that's just not
Yeah,
really
because there was a photograph with a kid's hand on it.
It
Him
wasn't a
in the
kid's hand.
bath.
I've got the picture here.
Yeah,
And
did you make that comment, Laura?
Yeah, I did, because it's a photograph with a kid's hand of him in the bath.
it's not a bath. It's
Laura, you can't be making these accusations. That's a very dangerous accusation to be
Because
making.
at the end of the
here's
day,
the picture. Here's a picture, Ange. This is what she took it from.
I don't want to put any minors up. Can you
It's not a
shut
kid.
that
It's not
down?
Ange. It's not a child. It's him in a bloody hot tub
Oh, right.
with a hand next to it,
Right, sorry,
with a
yeah,
child's
yeah,
hand
okay,
next to
okay.
it.
It's not a child, Laura. Look.
It's him.
No,
It's him.
it wasn't even that
It's him.
picture. It wasn't even that picture.
Show us in the picture then and show us, because it's exactly that video.
Why is he on a bath on social media?
Yeah,
It's a hot
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
a hot tub. It's a video in a hot tub, Ange. It's not a
Exactly.
bath.
Why
I
would he
know,
be in a
guys,
hot tub on
I'm kidding,
TikTok?
I'm kidding, guys. It's all right. Calm down.
Why would he be in a bath
Why would you add your
or
daughter's
hot tub
suicide attempt
on
on
TikTok?
TikTok?
Like,
Why would you add your
wouldn't have
daughter's
it.
suicide
Like,
attempt
you
on
would not
TikTok?
have it. So there's your argument gone again.
No, why would you add your daughter's
When
suicide
there's
attempt on
13-year-old
Facebook?
girls and boys on this app, like, why would you have a publicised public photograph of you in a
Wait
bath?
a minute, Laura, because listen, I'm not being, I'm going to say it how it is. You did show a pad on TikTok.
Exactly.
And and she had kids as moderators, and she outed her daughter's S attempt on live last night. So
And I don't agree with anyone saying that someone is in the bath of children, because that's a dangerous accusation to be making here. Because
He's
some
in a
people
hot
might
tub,
think it's
and if
true.
you're in a
Know
hot
what-
tub,
guys,
you
we
wear
know what
underwear.
TikTok's about. Some people might think that's true, and it's not true, guys. And no one should be calling Toxic Dan a peddler or anything like that. Okay, it's a very dangerous accusation to be making.
Mm-hmm.
People need to stop using children.
I think she just needs to reassess her life's choices at this point, because, like, how many times can we have this conversation with her? Like, we can all scream and shout at her, or we can sit down and we can talk with her, but
Hey,
she's
kids,
still,
can't believe this
still
happened. Three.
does
It's
it
not.
all the
Get your
time,
harmies.
and
I've totally forgot about my
you
harmies.
know,
Get the harmies, and I've forgotten.
she's pissed a lot of people off with the races, and now, like, it's took her that step further, because she's not just, like, speaking about her own family life now, whereas, you know, we shouldn't really have been having an opinion on her own family life, but now she's taking it to the extremes where she's down and out racist, and the things that she was saying are down and out racist, and it doesn't matter who it is, who you sit with, you can still be offended by that. You know, it's one of them. Racism's not something that is, you know, subjective. Racism is racism, regardless. And I just wanted to say, Angie, Sunshine was in the Dan's live earlier saying to leave it alone because she's got learning difficulties. She was actually on your...
Oh,
Sorry, me Wi-Fi's just cut out. She was actually on your stage, and her mum agreed, saying that she doesn't have learning difficulties. So I think Sunshine should really stop trying to use the narrative that she's got learning difficulties.
I don't think whether someone's got learning difficulties or not, they shouldn't be on social media. This is what I was trying to say, and this gets twisted. I've said if you are that vulnerable, you shouldn't be on social media. And people made it, I might have said disability, I meant as in a vulnerability. And people twisted that, saying, "Oh my God, she's saying, you know, disabled people should be on TikTok." What I'm meaning, because sometimes it just comes out really wrong, is if you were that vulnerable, you shouldn't be on social media because of the things you may come out with and say. And you might offend a lot of people, you might say the wrong thing. That's what I meant by that, because I had a woman that was very vulnerable. Was talking about, we're having a heated discussion. A woman got and said, "Can you please kick this woman out? She's very vulnerable." And I just thought, well, she shouldn't be on TikTok if she's that vulnerable. That's what I meant by that. Because
I agree, I agree. Laurie gets piled on a lot. Like, she gets stacked on a lot, but she doesn't help herself. Like, today's the prime example. She does not help herself. I don't agree with bullying, but she does not help herself at all.
Megan is saying that her home address has been doxed. So this is not okay to be doxing any information anyone's address.
Can I just say something, Kanj?
Yeah.
Right. There's things that I want to address with Laura. I don't know her personally. I've seen her on TikTok mainly. Thing is, she's posted things on Facebook, posted things on Instagram, as well as TikTok. She doesn't understand the concept of social media. Like someone has said, it needs to be made private or don't post it if she doesn't want people to see it. Thing is, something else she mentioned this morning about how respect is earned. Look at the way she speaks to everyone. Is she respectable? No. She doesn't respect anyone. She called my friend an animal abuser just by looking at one picture, just by seeing a picture of some cats.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying about her dog. I didn't see abuse there. You could hardly see the dog. I mean,
it's clearly abuse seeing that dog.
Can you tell me where the abuse? Yeah, okay. Can you tell me where
the state of her house and the state of that dog? That was abuse.
Right. First of all, you could hardly see the dog. I didn't even know what breed of dog it was.
You can see the dog.
Let me get the picture.
I mean, have you got a clearer photo? I mean, I've only seen the one.
Everyone's seen that picture and everyone can see it's clearly abuse.
I thought it was...
No, this is where TikTok is crazy. I don't see abuse in that photo. I just see a dog that, okay, maybe it looks a bit, a bit dirty, the floors, but I just see a dog.
She knows exactly what she's doing. She's not doing it to be funny because
Can you put up the photo of the dog, please? Can we see this photo of the dog?
I've just WhatsApped Dan to see if he'll send me the picture because I haven't got it.
Yeah, I never saw abuse, but let's put it up again. Can I ask you guys a question? Do you